Hello, welcome to Sabretooth at Nethemba, where we care about your security. It's Hack the Box Friday. Right, this one is SolidState. We are on the third page now, and this is a medium box. I've been given an interesting challenge from Rick, who basically said there is a very obvious intended way of doing this. However, he wants to see if I can escape the restricted shell without using the obvious exploit. I'm always up for a challenge, guys. So let's first see what we're up against. We are going to go nmap T5 all ports. And we'll see what this brings. So the restricted shell, I'm not sure what sort of restricted shells. It could be like Arbosh is one of the most common ones. You must check what shell you're in. You will be in Arbosh. 90% chance that Arbosh is the restricted shell. Yeah, okay. Python advanced techniques. Now this sort of thing. Okay, so we've got some ideas here, right? Let's keep an eye on this and see how it's doing. That could still take a while. It's doing the service scan. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be back when that's completed. I've just realized that I've not done my usual. Let's go here, and it's not completed yet, but what I'm going to do is just check if that exists web-wise. It does exist. Okay. So we have got a contact us form. Services, contact us form. Contact us form, what a surprise. View source. Okay, nothing interesting, I guess. We can go robots.txt. Help, what am I doing? Oh, go buster. Idiot. Go cust, bust. There we go. So the last one we did was small, apparently. So let's throw that in there. And we are good to go. Right. So it's doing the nmap script execution. So I wonder if it is an Arbosh shell then. That's quite interesting. So the types of restricted shell can be Arbosh, Arcache, and Arsh. But now why someone wants to create a restricted shell to improve security, to block hackers and pen testers, and etc. for a CTF challenge. Yes! Yeah, absolutely. So I'm quite looking forward to this. It might not be too complicated, but we shall certainly take a look. Let's see if that's done yet. It still isn't really. Oh, come on, it's 99.75%. Near enough there. So I wonder what this absolutely amazing, obvious way in is. Like, there's a really obvious exploit, apparently. If I find out what the exploit is, which I'm meant to use to get in, or method to get in, I will explain it and explain how it works. But obviously I'm not going to use it. I'm going to try and do the I still don't understand though, because to get some sort of shell on the system which is restricted, I first need access to the system, so that's a bit confusing. It's like Rick's given me some kind of hint that, you know, there's a way in with a restricted shell, but that's all he's said, and there's an obvious exploit which I obviously need to ignore. I wonder. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Look, it's 97.92. Look how close that is. It's got 1 second remaining. There we go. Finally, we're there. Ooh, script execution failed on all this. Blimey. Ugh. Right, let's see what we're looking at here. Let's see what we're looking at here. Port 25, 80, 110, 119, 4555. Okay. If 4555 is open, I've got a feeling that this might be James. I'll know when I connect to 25. Let's take a look. Netcat here on port 25. Oh, I think that's why the script said no results. I think this might be the slowest box in the history of the world ever. James SM, right, 232. Right, let me discuss what the intended way in is now that we know this. Forget that, that's not important, right? If I do search exploit James 232 with a www, so this remote command execution here, and there's one in Metasploit as well. Let me explain how this works. What happens is you log into 4445, which I recognized as the James administration port. There it is, right? And you use that to create this user, right? Now, the ..dash takes you all the way back to like the root of the system, and then it goes into etc bascom, just like, you know, etc password and etc shadow. etc bash completion.d is, it contains a list of instructions or commands which are run when somebody logs in. So if you create this user, it creates this folder, it like creates this thing, and then you're able to send an email to that user. So we're sending it from whatever to that user, right? Send to, and the data that you send is a reverse shell. And then once that's sent, it says payload will be executed once somebody logs in. So if you have SSH access to the system and you then log in via SSH, all the stuff in bash completion.d is executed and you get a reverse shell. And you might be thinking, well, what's the point if you're already SSHing in? You've already got access. But Rick has mentioned the restricted shell. Now, if you have a restricted shell, well, let's find out. I'll show you exactly what we can do or what we can't do in a restricted shell. Now, I know this sort of system from Virtual Hacking Labs. I've done it on OSCP, the Pentesting with Kali, I've done it. So what generally happens here is that there's going to be some kind of email somewhere containing credentials so we can SSH. At least that's the way it kind of works. 25 is used for sending emails. 110 is used for reading emails. What we want to do is get into the 4555, which is the administration panel. And I'm kind of hoping that the default username and password will apply so we don't have to do a brute force. User and password is already defined here, so root and root. Okay, so James 232. Now this exists, and in brackets and works well, and there's even a Metasploit module to do it for you as well. But we are going another path on this occasion, right? Thanks to Rick. And I'm literally just going to put thanks, Rick. Right. So what we're going to do is root, which it lets us in. We can do list users, and it shows us 5 user accounts. And we are going to set password for James to A. Set password for Thomas to A. Set password for, you can see what we're doing here, John to A. No, I can't believe I put 4. Oh, right, I need to stop talking. Set password, Thomas A. Oh no, that was right. I thought I'd write that. Stop talking. Set password John A. Set password Mindy A. And set password mail admin A. So all these passwords have been reset to A, which means they're very easy to get into. Don't do this on production systems, guys. It's not good. So if we want to read emails, what we can now do is exit from here. Is it exit or quit? Bye. Right, there we go. Clear that. We're going to now connect on 110 for the POP3 to read the mail. Slow system, but it's okay. We're not doing bad. Praise the sun. Aha, we're here. So it should be asking us to log in. What was the James, Thomas, John, Mindy, and mail admin? Is that right? God, my memory's good. I even got them in the right order. My memory's awful. Okay, maybe I can just do user James. Oh, that's not working. I wonder if Telnet's any quicker. Telnet might be faster. It might not be. It's not faster. Come on, hurry up! I'm not sure why it's not asking me to log in. I'm fairly sure it should. I'm not sure whether to just leave it or try connecting with like, hello, James. Error, okay. User James. Okay, so I need to do that. That's my fault then. Pass A. So we're going to list all the emails, and there are 0 emails. I'm not going to make a copy of this for every user, but just to basically show the gist. And then we just do the same on all the others, right? It is a lot quicker like this, but it's still taking a while. I need to wait for the OK SolidState POP3 server banner to pop up, really, didn't I? I didn't wait for that. Hopefully it shouldn't matter. There we go. Pass a list. 0 emails. Who is next? John. Don't matter, I'm not going to wait. I don't really care. I wonder if we can actually do all of it. Should we see what happens if we do that? Overload the system. It might save a bit of time. Well, not really, but you know, I'm still going to wait for it. Be nice if that. Oh, there's 1 email. Brilliant. Nice. Retrieve 1. Nice. Can you please restrict Mindy's access? Right, this is the idea. Until she gets, also make sure you send her a temporary password. So in Mindy's email box, there's probably going to be a password there. That's what I expected from a box like this. Like I say, I've done this before. Excuse me. Done this before on VHL very good, by the way. Check them out. And also the PWK labs as well. So let's go into Mindy. We're going to go user Mindy. Pass is A. We're going to retrieve. I'll list just in case there's more than one email. You never know. I was just going to get email 1, but it could be like 15 of them for all I know. There's 2 of them. So we're going to retrieve 1 and retrieve 2. And now we can copy these to our system and read them there. Boom. Okay. So we have, welcome to, we are delighted you are joining us as a junior defense analyst. Enclosed information, I don't really care. Nobody cares about that. Ain't nobody got time for here are your SSH credentials to access the system. Remember to reset your password after your first login. Now, what's the betting? That she hasn't done that. Your access is restricted. Feel free to ask your supervisor to add any commands you need to your path. Mindy, password is okay. Fun times. Fine. So I'm just going to stop a second just to refill my tea, and then we're going to carry straight on from here. Okay, I'm back. Kettle was still hot, which is quite nice. So what were we doing? We were going to SSH, weren't we? So wrong one. Mindy at whatever the IP is. You want to connect? Yes, I do. And the password was this. Now, at this point in the exploit, if you'd have gone this route here and done all this and created the new user and done the payload, it does say that payload will be executed once somebody logs in. So as soon as I log in here like this, I would have gotten a shell back which is not restricted, and that's the point. That's where it's meant to be done. Now if I do echo path, because it did say add new things to your path, right? Home Mindy bin, because normally it would have /bin /etc whatever / and it would look, for example here, if I do on my system echo path, it would have like all these places, and any command I run, if the corresponding application exists in any of these places, then it will run absolutely fine, right? Here the path has been absolutely restricted to whatever is in there. So if I do ls and hope that exists, home Mindy bin, you'll see we've only got access to 3 commands: cat, env, and ls, right? Cat, environment, and ls. Very, very restricted shell. And let me show you why this is a problem. If I ls, which works, if I was to cat user.text, which works, that's fine. But if I was to use strings or something, which we've done before on user.text, command not found, right? Whereas for me, strings would work, because if I put in which strings, it shows me exactly where it is, user bin strings. But Mindy does not have access to the user bin directory, so she can't use it. Make sense? And if we try and do it directly, user bin strings on user.text, doesn't allow / in command name, so not a chance. Yeah. What have I actually got? Home Mindy bin cat. Okay, that's fine. So where are we? Cat input. So we're from there. Okay, so that means if I'm not to do it the obvious way using the James exploit, and instead I am going to do it using some sort of bypass, Let's take a look at this document. It's just the first one I found, but I'm sure there are a few. It's quite short, which is nice. And it says sometimes a restricted, I can't say that word, shell. I'm restricted from saying restricted, can block commands with slash or, you know, the chevrons. So let's see if there's a way to do this without. We must check for available commands. We've done that. We must check for all operators. We must check for available programming languages. That doesn't matter. We can't use Python or Ruby or Perl. So check which commands we can run as root. We can't use sudo. That's not going to work. Look. Check for files or commands. How? Check what shell you are. Is echo a thing? It is. Okay, so we're in an R-bash shell here, right? As expected. Fun challenge, Rick. Thank you so much for this. I'd have loved to have done it the easy way. I'd be finished by now. Environment variables, no. So no, that is not allowed. We can't run CP. We can't run FTP or GDB or more or Vim. We can't run any of these, so that's useless. We can't run any of the programming languages, so that's useless. Now this is SSH. So we could SSH in with this, trying to force a, you know, bin sh shell and see if that works. Let's do that. Let's exit from here. Let's go back in with this. Hang on. That needs to be there. So we're going to get Mindy's password again. Let's see what that does for us. It doesn't like that. You cannot specify that in command names. It does not work whatsoever. Fine. So let's go with the next on the list. What's this one? Bash no profile. Now this one doesn't have a slash in the list. I wonder if that would actually work. Could be interesting. Let's try this. And again, we're going to need Mindy's password. Brilliant. That works. So as you can see, we're in, and it was able to use this T flag. Now let's figure out what this T flag is. If I go to man SSH, T is not there. STT, force pseudo terminal allocation. This can be used to execute arbitrary screen-based programs on a remote machine, which can be very useful, e.g. when implementing menu services. Multiple T options. Okay. It forces TTY shell. Good, that's great. Even if SSH has no local TTY. Right. Interesting. Interesting. I've learned something. I didn't know about this. I do now. Okay, we can bypass the RBash restricted with beautiful. Very, very happy with that. And in brackets, thanks to, let's give this a little bit of love. Massively happy with that. So we've bypassed the restricted shell. Thank you for that challenge, Rick. It still would have been quicker doing it the other way. But no matter. We are there. Good. So if we now echo the path, which was restricted to home Mindy bin, we've now got user local bin, user bin, /bin, and user games. So we've got a few more paths there, which is quite nice. Not sure what is going on with this, but I don't really care. Don't really care. This is a bit high up for my liking. Let's move that down. Now we're just going to root the thing. So if we touch moo, we should be able to, yeah, we touch moo, we should be able to create a file here, which is good. So we're going to get limpies straight off because why not? We're going to cd into Primus scripts. And we're going to go Python 3m http server port 80. Crap, we need that with root, so we're just going to go sudo Did you know exclamation mark twice runs the previous command? You do now. So there we go. Let's wget whatever our IP is. Which is here. Limpies change mode, and then really okay, we're going to change mode just on limpies. There we go. Now try again. There, idiot. It's because it tried doing the directory first, and because that errored out, it just didn't continue. Yeah, I think you could put an F flag to force, but it's fine, it's working. We are on 686. So this is a 32-bit 32-bit Linux, not a 64-bit. That's very rare these days. This is an old system though, so you know. We've got a few exploits here. Help. Wait for this to stop moving around. Nothing interesting thus far. We don't use thus enough, do we? Oh my god, what's happening? Still flying about wildly. Listeners we don't care about. Sockets I don't usually care about. Not important from what I can see. Network information, okay. Port 22, port 631. Interesting. We've got port 631 open. Why? Come back to that if I need to. Private SSH keys were found. No, they're not. Not in Image Magic, they're not. It's not lying to me. Keyrings. PGP keys, but that's kind of useless. I love the way that the password here is blah blah. Not sure what that's for. Oh, Jenkins files. Okay, Jenkins, is that what's on 631? Huh. I may have to tunnel into that, perhaps. Let's take a look at cron jobs first. Oh, we've got an unknown SUID binary. That one looks pretty nice. We'll take a good look at this one, I think. Hang on, let me just put like limpies. Again, port 631. I should have made a note of, but I didn't. There's no real interesting capabilities here. Oh, I forgot about the James user here. We might be able to get into there as well. Searching folders owned by me. Okay. Huh. OPT is normally empty, but we've got a temp.py here. Yeah, it says it here. usually empty. Okay, let's take a grab of that as well. We could probably have a look at that too. So that's a couple of things to be looking at. We've got SUID and we've got this temp.py. What else do we have? Backup files, don't care. Database files. And then the word password. And that's it. Which will be the easiest to look into? Probably temp.py, right? Let's just cat out opt. So all it does is clear the temporary directory. If that's run on a cron job, there's every chance that... Hang on, can we overwrite this? Yeah, we've got full rights on this. Read, write, execute. So we can overwrite this. If it's on a cron job, then we're looking, we're laughing, basically. We are absolutely fine. Because what we could do is either replace this into a reverse shell, or we could just replace the whole file with the PHP reverse shell from Pentest Monkey that we normally use. Either way, looking good. So we need to make sure that it's running a cron job, and we need to make sure that cron job is root, because if so, we're going to get a root shell back. So for that reason, so due to that, we are going to wget pspy. Is there a 32-bit one? There is. Okay. Change mode on pspy32, and then we're just going to run pspy32. Normally, I'll do a timeout on this because when I do Control-C to kill the application, it normally kills the shell as well. But we're SSH'd in this time, so it's not going to do that. Oh, question mark. Fun times. No idea what that means. So it's running modprobe, but it doesn't seem to be running much else at the minute. We'll just look at it for a while, because we are 9:56 and 55 seconds. So in 5 seconds time, when it hits the minute, there's every chance something will happen. There it is. So as root, it runs. Okay, that's fine. That's easy. That's easy. Okay, kill that. Right, we know how to root now. This doesn't even matter, this SUID binary. pspy32 shows that. Beautiful. So all we really need to do we have nano on here? Temp opt. It's not in temp, it's in opt temp. Oh, brilliant. I've got an easy way of editing it as well. So all I need to do is change that. Let's go to a reverse shell. It doesn't really matter which one, I suppose. We could use any. I mean, there's PHP reverse shells here, which we could use. Or we could just try netcat straight back, something like this, or something like this, or whatever. This one doesn't always work. I don't mind, we'll use this one. This one normally does. So let's take a look here. So let's push this in there. Are there any issues here at all? Doesn't look like it. We just need to put our IP address in there, which is here. And then we get a, hang on a minute. Get a listener on port 1, 2, 3, 4. Save this. And then wait for that cron job. In theory. Might happen, it might not. It looks okay. It's just a case of waiting a minute, and if it doesn't actually happen, then maybe that doesn't work and I'll need to change it for something else. That is the right IP address though, isn't it? Let me just have a check. Really don't know. It's gone. 10.10.15.198. Yeah. Oh, there we go. It arrived. It turned up. Okay. Easy. Easy. Right. We edit octemp.py to the following and receive boom. I quite like doing it the restricted shell way. That was different. I would have just gone the James exploit. I explained how the James exploit worked, right? And it's fine. This was really nice. In fact, do you know what? I think that is going in there. I think that's going in there. So yeah, the James bypass guide, which I've now lost. I'm not sure where it is. There it is. The James bypass, sorry, exploit. I keep saying bypass. I'm saying restricted shell bypass. No, the James exploit would have worked absolutely fine, probably. And there's a Metasploit module as well, which does it too. Yeah, let's take a quick look at that. Search James 232. Go away. Exploit. So yeah, you've got this Metasploit one here. It writes files and so on. Command execution and then authenticated command execution. There's a few of these. There are a few of these. Good. So let's get this finished. I quite enjoyed that. Not too bad. I've seen worse. Let's do the adventure mode just to get the flags in. That was about 45 minutes according to that, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's do the root flag first just because we can. I'll leave you to deal with that, whereas I am getting this. What is happening? Why is this taking like a year? Welcome to HackTheBox, where things don't always quite work out as you expect. Let's reload that. HackTheBox is messing up, but whatever. I am connected, I promise you. Look, watch. Move.com. Ta-da! Right. Oh, there we go. God, that took its time. I don't really... Oh. I've got it on SolidState tab play machine. And, oh, it has put me there. That's okay. I thought it'd put me back, like, over here or something. Right, let's just assume that these are accepted. I'm not going to waste time on video just putting in flags. We know it's rooted. Oh, maybe. Hang on. Hang on. There's a chance. There is a chance. Oh, that one's ticked as well. Okay. So it did actually go through. It just didn't tell me so. And that's it. I mean, difficulty rating. Well, the way I did it, and even the James way, to be fair, very easy. And root flag, yeah, also, also very easy. Well, it took me back there. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate your support. Please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share the video around. Share the playlist around if you can. And visit Nethemba.com for all your pen testing needs. Thank you. Goodbye.